Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the post-match press conference between Panama and Jamaica in the 2025 CONCACAF Gold Cup. We're joined with the head coach of the Jamaica senior men's national team, Coach Steve McClaren. I remind you that for questions, you can raise your hand and introduce yourself with your name and media organization that you represent. The media that are present virtually can request their space by touching the raise hand icon. We can now open the floor for questions.
Coach, what are kind of the key factors that you can take away from these three matches that we can utilize going forward?
Yeah, this has been, despite the results and everything, this has been just what we needed to see. It's a wake-up call. People who think they're comfortable in this squad, we've all had a wake-up call of what we can do and what we can't do. And it's been, I said at the beginning of the month when we started on the 24th in the UK, in London, and I said, what we're going to do is we're going to learn so much about the players, so much about the character, so much about the commitment that is required, what to do well, one, in this tournament, and two, which we're aiming for, is qualify for the World Cup. We've got 6 of the biggest games of our lives ahead of us. And this has been, there's failures, but you always learn lessons from it. I've learned so many in the 4 weeks that we've had with the squad. And we've had a lot of players through, a lot of senior players, a lot of young players, established players just coming in. And, I can see the difference from the beginning with the unity through to the World Cup qualifiers. I think in the unity, we played against excellent teams and did well. We're structured, we're disciplined, we did our jobs. We fought like Trojans. We had a wake-up call again against the BVI. Responded well against Guatemala at home in what was probably a great performance, but we've had no consistency, and that will not get us to the World Cup. Consistency is key. You know what you're going to get, and we've not had that. We've not had that game to game. We've not had that in periods of the game, and you can talk about systems, and it's 4-3-3, it's 5-3-2, it's 3-4-3. Football is not about systems, it's about individuals, it's about character, attitude, working hard, being disciplined, knowing your job, doing your job. And in these 3 games, it's been a wake-up call for every one of us. And I know, in the end, it hurts now, and it's disappointing now. We've let a lot of people down in Jamaica, who've great supporters. We've let them down, but this is a lesson which we probably needed. And we've talked about World Cup qualifiers, we've talked about tournaments, we've talked about every game, and don't live with regret. And at the moment, we're living with regret for what we've done in this tournament, which is not good enough, individually, collectively. And the message is, in September, when we gather again, no one's guaranteed a spot in this squad. Nobody. And that's what I've said to them. They've got to show it from now until September within their clubs, and then they've got to commit. And when they join, they've got to do it again. We've seen the good side. We've seen the bad side. I don't like the bad side. I don't like it. Can't tolerate it. I'm not going to the World Cup with that. We're not doing well in this tournament because of that. We had spells today. We didn't defend. And defending is not about systems. It's about collective. It's about discipline. It's about knowing your set plays. It's about knowing I'm near the penalty spot, so I don't do that. It's making mistakes like that that's going to cost us, and it has done. And we live with that regret over the 3 games. But I'm telling you, it might be a blessing in disguise, because we know, and the dressing room knows, we're not as good as we think we are. And we have to do certain things to win football matches. And talent is not enough. Talent is nothing without hard work. And that was the message. The message all tournament. There was a message from unity, which we had. A message from Guatemala in the second game. But the inconsistencies will not get us to the World Cup. So I'm down, disappointed. But you know what? I think in the long run, I'm experienced enough to know. Yeah. Once the pain goes and the regret goes, I know which way to go forward. And I know who to go forward with. And so, at the present moment, nobody's guaranteed. And they have to show from now until September what it is that's going to get us to the World Cup.
Yeah, so what are some key factors that happened in this game against Panama today?
Yeah, it's the same as all games. It's mistakes, discipline, doing your job. One of the key areas, set plays. We knew the edge of the box was always going to be dangerous. We saw that against Guadeloupe. And, people are out of position. So we're already one down after 5 minutes. And then a soft penalty, which shouldn't be conceded. People are going nowhere. They're 2-0 down after 20 minutes. And despite us changing, it just woke us up. And no matter what, we showed a little bit of fight. We had opportunities, chances. And, the key games, the overall picture is what I've just described. Individual cases is just within games, what we're lacking and what will not get us to the World Cup. But I do think the defining moment of this game was the penalty. It was too long. It looked absolutely blatant to me. And at 3-2, I'd like to see the reaction of our team. They still reacted after 3-1. We had chances, hit the post, great opportunities, one-on-one, clean through. And that's been our problem. We've not defended very well. We've conceded 6 goals. My priority is defending. We could not defend. We could not defend the long ball. We could not defend crosses. We could not defend it. We've conceded 6 goals in 3 games. That's can't win anything with that. And we've had chances to score, only 3. And the amount of chances we create. So we know where we're going. We know what we need to do. And I hope it hurts in there, because it hurts in here. And it must hurt in Jamaica. It must hurt the people, because we wanted to do well in this tournament. But it maybe says we're not as good as we think we are. And that's the message to the players, that everybody thinks Jamaica is this. Everybody talks about talent. Everybody talks about that. But the one thing I remember from this game is Thomas Christiansen saying that we have the better players, but he has the better team. And team will win, not individuals. That's why Panama have done so well, because that's what they do. And we need to follow suit, and we need to find players who will play for Jamaica, who will play for the team, and not as individuals.
Coach Dario Graham, JFF Live. Obviously, I've been following the team for the past month and a half now, since we started right before Unity Cup. So for the next 2 months, what will be a part of your evaluation of talent, whether it's on the team currently and incoming, as you speak of, that will help shape your mindset for World Cup qualifiers?
Yeah, look, we had injuries. We lost Mason Holgate, who's a big character. We lost Damien Lowe, who, has got experience, is a big character. We lost, the biggest one was Isaac Hayden, and we lost our glue in the midfield. And, we'll hope that they get fit and stay fit and come back. I want to see a reaction from the players and their clubs and what they do. They've come off a hard season, and physically, we didn't look right. But the thing that I liked was, when you've been with us, the Unity Cup, the camaraderie, the work rate, the discipline, people doing the job, and not as experienced or got the talent that we have available, but talent is nothing unless talent works hard. And I think that's the lesson for the 3 games, that it's not about talent. Thomas said, we've got the better individual players, but they've got the better team. And I think today they did that. I think, Guatemala reacted and, made it very hard for us. And Guadeloupe were the same. So, disappointing 3 games, a bad tournament for us. But as I say, I think what has happened is a wake-up call and going to be a great message for what's really important, World Cup qualification.
Thank you, Coach.
Take one more question from Shane.
Shane Malcolm, 41 Mag. Coach, you mentioned consistency in the squad has been our weakness. There hasn't been consistency in the squad selection since seeing the difference in Unity Cup squad to World Cup qualification squad. Do you think you've identified the players or the group of players that will end up taking Jamaica to the World Cup now?
Absolutely. And we needed these 4 weeks to look at some young players coming in and give them an opportunity, to also give an opportunity to the others who have coming in. So we've had a lot of changes. I think injuries have also played a part in that. But I wanted to give everybody an opportunity in the last 4 weeks. And Unity World Cup qualifiers and 3 games here, to have a really, really close look and go, who's gonna take us forward in these World Cup qualifiers? There's no easy games in that. Trinidad are coming, getting stronger. Curacao, getting strong. And we know, BVI, you play Bermuda. It's not going to be easy. So we need fight. We need characters. And if talent can fight and do the work and be disciplined, they will be in the team. So, that's my job now for the next 2 months, is to get around, look at some. We're also talking to players, also about recruitment as well, which we've been working on fiercely. And, you've seen already some of the young talent that we've got in, that's there for the future, but might be there for now as well.